Most of us tend to find the rougher surfaces give us a bit more trouble, and that's again because we've had no training with a paintbrush. Now if any of you have ever tried to paint a brick wall or a wooden fence before, you'll know exactly what I mean. It doesn't matter how much money you spend on a paintbrush or even how much paint you put on it, because as soon as you bend the bristles on the uneven surface, that's the best result you get. You skip across the top of the lumps and bumps. Most of us, we tend to persevere. First we try pressing harder. When that doesn't work, does that look familiar to anyone? And then when you get bored of that, and it really doesn't take very long, does it? You realise there is a faster way. Stand back and throw more paint at that job until it filled up all those holes. Now that's fine, but by the end of the day, you've generally used about 3 times more paint than you need. And when you're looking at around $65 for just 4 litres these days, you don't want to waste your money like that. Now I said before, the professionals, now the only part of a brush that works is the very tip of the bristle, and we do give credit where it's due. Professional painters go to school for 4 years to learn how to use their brushes and rollers. Now the rest of us, we just pick one up occasionally and we expect to get the same sort of result that they do. Now if you've ever watched a professional use a brush, the first thing you'll notice is that they use it very differently. Now you can see that by using just the very tips of the bristles there, not only will they do a far better job far more quickly, but it's also a guaranteed fact that a professional painter will only ever use about half the amount of water-based paint that we'd use at home as amateurs. So it's less time, but more importantly it's less paint when you can use a paintbrush correctly in the first place. Now when you have a close look at the EASI-PAINT system, all it actually is, it's the tips of the bristles, so it's like having 25 paintbrushes all side by side. Now they sit on top of a 1/4 inch of industrial foam, and that's not there to hold the paint either. That just works like a suspension system for the bristles on all these uneven surfaces. Now the most important part is the loading system. It's twice over the roller and never any more than that. Now that puts a measured amount of paint on the brush there for you, and that's enough to cover about a square metre, but it's not enough to cause a drip. So as long as you load it correctly, it's guaranteed to be drip free. And then on an uneven surface, direction doesn't matter. You can go up, down, you can go around and around, side to side, whichever way you like, because at the end of the day, on the uneven surface, all you're really looking for is a nice even coat, and there you have it. I think you'd all be fairly happy with that sort of result as a first coat of paint at home, wouldn't you?